Ants are not coming into your house because your kitchen is dirty. They're coming in because something on your counter is sending them a signal you can't even see, and the second you spray that bottle of bug killer you bought from the store, you're actually making the problem worse. Stick around because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you a trick that costs less than $1, takes 5 minutes to set up, and within a week can wipe out an entire ant colony, not just the ants you see walking across your floor. And there's a reason pest control companies hope you never find out about this one. So let's talk about the real problem first. You've probably tried the sprays. You walk into the kitchen, you see a little trail of ants marching along the baseboard, and you grab whatever can of bug sprays under the sink and you blast them. They die. You feel good for about 10 minutes, and then the next morning, there they are again, marching the exact same path like nothing happened. Sound familiar? That's because spraying visible ants does almost nothing to the actual problem. What you're seeing is maybe 1% of the colony. The queen and thousands of worker ants are tucked away somewhere in a wall void or under your foundation, completely untouched. Worse, some sprays actually trigger what's called colony budding, where the colony panics and splits into multiple smaller colonies to survive. So now instead of one ant problem, you've got 3. This is exactly why people spend $40, $50, sometimes $80 a month on pest control contracts and still see ants every single summer. It's not because the problem is unsolvable, it's because the products on the shelf are not designed to solve it. They're designed to make you buy another can next month. Now here's where it gets interesting. Before all these spray cans and gel traps existed, people still had ant problems. They still got rid of them, using something most of us already have in the kitchen cabinet. I remember my grandmother dealing with a sugar ant invasion every single summer in her old house. The kind of place with 100 little cracks in the foundation where ants could just walk right in. She never once called an exterminator. She'd mix up this little bait in an old jam lid, set it near the trail, and within a few days, the ants would just be gone. Not fewer ants, gone. At the time, I thought it was just an old wives' tale, something she picked up from her mother. But it turns out this method has roots going back generations, especially in farming communities and old Amish households where buying chemical pesticides simply wasn't an option. It wasn't about being frugal for the sake of it. It was about using what worked because their food supply and their homes depended on it. And the wild part is, this isn't some forgotten folk remedy that just happens to work by luck. Pest control researchers have actually studied this exact method and it holds up. The reason it disappeared from common knowledge isn't because it stopped working. It's because there's no profit in a fix you make at home for less than $1. Nobody's getting rich selling you borax. Okay, let's get into exactly how to do this, step by step, because the details matter here, and most people who try this and say it didn't work are missing 1 or 2 key parts. You need 3 things. Borax, which you can find in the laundry aisle for around $4 or $5, but you'll use maybe 10 cents worth per batch. White sugar. And warm water. That's it. The whole setup costs you less than $1 in actual material used. Here's the ratio. Mix 1 part borax to 3 parts sugar. So something like 1 tablespoon of borax to 3 tablespoons of sugar. Then add warm water a little at a time and stir until it forms a syrup, not a paste, a syrup, thin enough that ants can actually drink it. This is the part people get wrong constantly. They make it too thick, almost like a dough, and the ants can't feed on it properly. You want it runny, almost like warm honey. Now here's the key part most people miss. Don't make this too strong. I know your instinct is going to be more borax means more dead ants, faster. Wrong. If the mixture is too concentrated, the ants that feed on it die too quickly, sometimes within minutes, right at the bait station. And a dead ant right next to the bait is basically a warning sign to the rest of the colony to avoid it. The whole point of this method is that it's a slow kill. The worker ants need to live long enough to carry that syrup back to the nest and feed it to the queen and the rest of the colony, including the larvae. Borax works by messing with their digestive system and their exoskeleton, but it has to act slowly enough that the foraging ants act like little delivery trucks instead of dropping dead on the spot. Once you've got your syrup mixed, soak a few cotton balls in it, or just pour a small amount into a bottle cap or jar lid. Place these little stations directly on the ant trail you've already noticed, and also near entry points like windowsills, door thresholds, or any crack you've seen ants coming from. Don't clean up the trail first. I know it's tempting to wipe everything down, but ants follow a scent trail, and you actually want them finding your bait quickly using that same trail. A few warnings here. Keep this away from pets and small children because while borax is far less toxic than commercial pesticides, it's still not something you want a curious dog licking up. Place stations in spots they can't reach, like behind appliances or inside small containers with a tiny entry hole cut in for the ants. Also, be patient. This is not an instant kill like spray. You might actually see more ants the first day or 2 as the scout ants find the bait and recruit others. That's actually a good sign. It means the trail's working. Don't panic and switch back to spray. That's the single biggest mistake people make. They give up right when it's starting to work. So what should you actually expect? Within 2 to 3 days, you'll typically notice the ant activity dropping noticeably. By day 5 to 7, most people report seeing little to no ant activity at all compared to spray, which kills on contact, but leaves the colony fully intact and back to normal activity within a week or two. I've seen comparisons where homes using the borax and sugar method had ant activity drop by over 90% within a week, and stayed that way for months, while spray-only households were back to dealing with the same trail within 10 to 14 days. The difference is simple. One method treats the colony, the other just treats what you can see. Now here's a quick bonus tip before you go, because this pairs perfectly with the borax bait. After you've set up your stations, take a spray bottle with equal parts white vinegar and water, and wipe down the areas where you originally saw ants entering. The windowsills, the baseboards, the door frame. This does 2 things. It erases the scent trail for any new scout ants so they're not constantly rediscovering your home, and it doesn't interfere with the bait stations because you're cleaning the entry points, not the trail leading to the bait itself. Do this once a day for about a week, and you'll seal off the access points while the borax handles the colony itself. So if you've been fighting ants every single summer and feel like you're stuck buying spray after spray, give this a real shot before you spend another $1 at the store. 1 tablespoon of borax, 3 tablespoons of sugar, warm water, and a little patience is honestly all it takes. If this video helped you out, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Drop a comment letting me know if you've tried this before or if you're trying it for the first time. I genuinely read every comment. And if you thought this one was good, next video I'm breaking down a forgotten trick for getting rid of mice without a single trap or poison in sight. You are not going to believe how simple it is. Until then, stay frugal, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.